I just wanted to make a quick correction on the idea of determinism. Determinism isn't based on experience. It's not based on what we've seen. Based on the it's based on basically time-space relativity. Um, the idea is that we see light move, and light travels at a different speed than us. Therefore, everything must exist at every point in time. Um, so, because if something is going the speed of light, then it's traveling more quickly through time than we are. So, if someone got in a plane and traveled near the speed of light for a while, came back, it could be a week in the future for him, and so we would have had aged a week, and he would have only aged a short period of time. And so, because it's possible for two objects to exist in the present at different points in time, everything must exist at every point in time. So, if that wasn't the case, then when he got in the plane and started moving at a faster speed, he would have blinked out of existence from our point of view, or when he stopped traveling at the faster speed, he would have suddenly come into existence. But we can actually observe each other while we're traveling at those speeds of times, and we both saw him leave, and we will see him when he comes back. So everything must exist at every point in time, and the present is arbitrary. So because of that, the future basically has already happened. So if I had an apple and I ate it, say, an hour from now, yesterday it would have been true that tomorrow the apple had not been eaten yet. In the same way that tomorrow it will be true that today the apple had not been eaten yet. Or tomorrow it will be true that yesterday the apple had not been eaten yet. And the way that free will is preserved with determinism is through counterfactuals. David Lewis came up with the logic system that works with counterfactuals, and Ted Sider explains it pretty well. If you'd like, I can go into more detail, but in a nutshell, it describes the difference between something that can happen and something that will happen. So tomorrow the apple had not been eaten yet is something that can happen. Sorry, not can happen and must happen. So tomorrow the apple had not been eaten yet is something that can happen, but it's not something that must happen, because it's conceivable that we can think of a world in which the apple would get eaten before tomorrow that would be reasonably close to our own. And so, while it's something that will happen, it's not something that must happen. And so, just because you will do something doesn't mean you can't do something different.